Hey everybody, Lewis here, Rshackbbq and other things. Well, today is kind of like part 2 of my Weber kettle build with the Spider Grills Venom fan control system. I'm actually going to cook on this today, and we're going to do a pork butt. Well, you see behind me I have another Weber back here. I've got 2 chimneys, and then I've got my Kingsford original with some fire starters. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fill these 2 Weber chimneys up about halfway, get them lit, and get them nice and hot, and then I'm going to dump them in the charcoal baskets, and we'll turn on the Spider Venom. We will set controls as they say, and then we'll get the pork butt trimmed up and going. So let's get into getting things fired up.
Regulators, mount up.
And come over here. Got those going. All right. So what I like to do is let's see how much weight this is. This is a bone-in pork shoulder, and it is 7.72 pounds. So what I like to do is open the bag here. Get it ripped open here. Okay. Take it out of the bag, and we will drop it on this paper towel here. There we go. Got another one here. We'll come in and pat it dry as best as we can. And we'll just come in and trim some of this fat away. So this is where the bone would sit. This little seam in here, you really want to try to get as much of this fat or gray scale skin out of there as much as you can, because that stuff doesn't really render all that well, and it does not taste very good. So we will come in here and get that. The bone is right down in there as best as we can here. That's probably good enough. Let's just try to get some of this here. Yeah, see that? All right. Then we'll flip it over. There's no real too thick fat cap on it, so we will trim some of this back. Just some of it. So over here maybe. All right. Something like that. All right, a little thick right there. Okay, that should be good enough. And then we're going to score it about 1 inch. Lines this way. Come this way. All right. There's our pork butt, ready to be seasoned. Let's take this. Drop it down here, and mine out of the way. Okay. And we're going to take our seasoning, and we're going to hit this, like this, like this, like this, and hit this down. Something like that. Oh, we're going to come back over with some KC dry rub here. purple. I don't know why, what's different about them, but this has more, I think this has more brown sugar in it than the original. So I'll put that like that. Flip it over. We'll get in here and you'll see that we opened up and then hit the top. So come back over the top with the KT. Alright. That's all there is to it, folks. One pork butt, seasoned. So when we put this on the smoker, we're actually going to put the fat cap up. Flip it over here. So this side will be up. All right, let's go check our flame. All right, let's see what we can see here. Let's go ahead and find the power button. Here it is. So right now our grill is at 342, 343. And it said to close the damper. So got that closed. We've got the reminder to close the damper door, which I've already done. We've got it set to 225. Turn it up to 255. And adjust the vent a quarter open. All right, so we're a quarter open. And we'll just see if this thing starts to cool down. Let's go ahead and get our pork butt on here. Out of the way for a minute. Get this on here. Go down up here. Put it right here in the middle. Get our meat probe in there. Get our lid back. There we go. Just let it ride. Come out and check it every now and then. All right, our pork butt has been on for a little over 4 hours. And we'll take a look here. As you can see, we have it set at 255 and it's running at 254 based on the probe. And let's just take a quick look at it. Don't want to lose all that heat. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's looking beautiful. Let's close that back up. Look at the coals again, just see where we're at. Oh, we got plenty of coals, so it's doing great. So I tried downloading the app so I can control it with my phone, and it came up and it said unable to connect, something like a software error. And then it took me to their website and it had me fill out a name and my controller number and address, and it says we'll be sending you a new Spider Grill Venom. So I don't know, we'll see what happens, but it couldn't connect. So yeah, maybe they're gonna send me a new one. I don't know, we'll find out. But right now, yeah, I took the lid off and it's down to 247. So let's flip it around and so you can see it. All right, starting to come back up. Says that our meat temp is at 189. I don't know if that's accurate. Let me go get my, so here's the fan coming on there. You know, if you're looking, you ain't cooking, but I want to see what a thermal works. Do this real quick here and see what we can get with this. So 175, 176, so 176. That's what the ThermoWorks says. So I'm gonna go with that. We're at 176. Yeah, and I dropped the temp big time on that one. So we'll have to let her come back up. Temp wise, it seems to be working pretty good. You can see how low you can see how far it went down. Now it's about 45 degrees out here today. But I'm just gonna leave you right there. So my plan is to let it roll probably another hour, and then I'll probably just wrap them. I want that bark set. Then I'll probably just wrap it with a little bit of apple cider vinegar and let it go till it hits, like, I like to run mine up to 210, 215 internal. We'll come out and see it then. All right, so we're still sitting there at around 250, 251. I did say my target temperature of 200 of meat was achieved. Right there. It's kind of neat. It's got a graph system. I don't know if you can see that with those away. But that's done. Still trying to figure this thing out. We're gonna go ahead and get our pork butt wrapped and back on here for a little while. Let's have a look at it. Looking beautiful. Still, you look, there's plenty of coals in there too. That's so impressive. All right, let's get it wrapped. Okay, so this has been running for 7 hours, and it's either at the point that I add more coals or I pull it off. It says that the meat's at 210. Let's just probe it and see what we got. Mainly looking to see if it's tender. Oh yeah, that's where the bone is, but it is tender. All right, so we're gonna take it off and we'll unwrap it, but we'll look at it in the shop, and we'll look at it there. All right, let's unwrap this and see what it looks like. How's that look? Looks delicious, doesn't it? For a pork butt. See what we got temperature wise. So we're running about 199, 200. There's 207. So we got this done, but look at how easy that goes in there. Just like butter. So Weber kettle for the win, huh? I'm gonna wrap this back up. We're actually not going to get into this until tomorrow. I'm gonna just stick this in the fridge. We're gonna make nachos tomorrow, and pork nachos, and I wanted to do this cooked to see what it'd be like. And let's talk about that Spider Grills Venom. I really like it. I started out, I probably should have did half of the coals I did, maybe just one bank, because once again, I got it hot, up over 300. I was probably running about 350 at one point. And the general rule is it's easier to add more fuel, charcoal, wood, whatever, to get your temps up. It's much harder to get it to drop when you have a full basket of coal in there. So that's what happened there. I just overfilled it and it ran hot. But it started to come down. The fan started working and everything about 2 hours into the cook, and then it was running right there in between. I'm going to be honest with you, it was running between 250 and 260. I had it set at 255 and it sat right there for another 4 hours. So that thing did awesome. Now it's starting to come down. There's two factors that I would say attribute to that. I didn't add any more charcoal. I could have added more had I been out there, you know, and paid attention a little better. But I just wanted the thing to run and see what it did. And B, it's now about 35 degrees outside, so the temperature really dropped, and that probably played into the temperature of the fire dropping down. But overall, awesome. Something that I'm going to still research is I set the probe food temp somehow at 200. I couldn't get that to turn up at all. That was the highest it seemed to want to go, was 200. Is that something on me? It could be. I'll have to go in and play around with it and things like that. Secondly, like I said, I tried connecting to the app and it just said error. And it, you know, like I said, it sent me right to a website where they're going to send me a new whole unit, which is shocking. We'll see if that really happens. But that's what that the notice said. I didn't talk to anybody. I just did it through the app. And I mean, it alerted and it took me right there and it said, hey, we'll send you a new one. So we'll see what happens there. So stay tuned for that. But overall, the thing is quiet. It runs really well. Pretty simple to use once you kind of figure it out. I'm still going to play with it. But yeah, I like it. And, you know, love that indigo blue. Looks sharp on that frame with the white quartz tabletop. Yeah. Anyhow, like I always say, my friends, you can do this too. It's not that hard. Until next time, grill on.